What do a swan, a bull, and a shower of gold all have in common? They're not just symbols of ancient mythology. They're the disguises of the most powerful god in the Greek pantheon on his many romantic escapades. Zeus, the mighty ruler of Mount Olympus, wasn't just feared for his thunderbolts. He was also infamous for his relentless pursuit of love, often leaving chaos in his wake. But what drove this divine being to seduce both goddesses and mortals alike? Join us as we dive into the scandalous stories of Zeus's lovers, the legendary offspring born from these unions, and how these myths shaped the very fabric of ancient Greek culture. In the heart of Arcadia, where the rugged mountains touch the sky, there lived a nymph named Maia. She was one of the Pleiades, the 7 daughters of Atlas, known for their radiant beauty and grace. Maia's tranquil life took a dramatic turn when she caught the attention of Zeus, the mighty king of the gods. Drawn to her quiet strength and beauty, Zeus was captivated by Maia, seeking her out in the dead of night. Maia, though wary of the god's advances, was eventually won over by his persistence and the promise of his protection. Their union was secretive, born out of a desire for peace and privacy, far from the tumultuous affairs of Olympus. From this secretive union, Maia would give birth to Hermes, a god who would inherit both his mother's quiet cunning and his father's boundless energy. She raised her son in the hidden depths of her mountain home, away from the intrigues of the gods. Leda, a titaness of exceptional beauty and grace, captured the heart of Zeus, the ruler of the gods. Unlike many of Zeus's other liaisons, his bond with Leda carried a sense of mutual respect and genuine affection. Their love story, however, was destined to be fraught with challenges, as the looming shadow of Hera, Zeus's wife, threatened their happiness. When Hera discovered that Leda was carrying Zeus's children, her jealousy turned into a fierce vendetta. In her anger, Hera decreed that Leda would find no place on solid ground to give birth, ensuring that no land would offer her sanctuary. Leda was forced to flee, wandering across the world in search of a safe haven. Every land and island she approached turned her away, fearing the consequences of Hera's anger. Zeus guided Leda through the perils of her journey, ensuring that she would find the safety she needed. The love between Zeus and Leda, though marked by secrecy and caution, was undeniably strong. Leda's arduous journey eventually led her to the barren, floating island of Delos. This unique island, free from Hera's curse, welcomed Leda with open arms. It was on this sacred ground that she gave birth to 2 of the most powerful gods in Greek mythology. First to arrive was Artemis, the goddess of the hunt and protector of the wild. She was followed by Apollo, the god of the sun, music, and prophecy. After the birth of Artemis and Apollo, Leda chose a life away from the tumult of Olympus, preferring the peace of the natural world. Among the entanglements of Zeus, his union with Demeter, the goddess of agriculture and fertility, unveils a narrative of profound connection and consequential outcomes. Their relationship was marked by a shared lineage and deep-rooted respect, setting the stage for a partnership that would intertwine their divine responsibilities. Zeus, often driven by desire, found in Demeter not just a consort, but a powerful ally. Their alliance, however, was not devoid of challenges. As with many of Zeus's romantic involvements, the repercussions of their union were felt widely. The most notable outcome was the birth of Persephone, who herself would become a central figure in Greek mythology due to her own dramatic tale involving Hades, the god of the underworld. This relationship also stirred the pot of divine dynamics, as Demeter's reaction to Persephone's abduction by Hades led to the creation of the seasons, a direct consequence of her grief and subsequent joy upon her daughter's partial return. Leda, the queen of Sparta, was known for her unrivaled beauty and virtue. One day, while bathing in a river, her path crossed with Zeus, who had become infatuated with her. Zeus, known for his amorous adventures, transformed into a majestic swan to win her affection. This disguise not only protected him from the wrath of his wife, Hera, but also appealed to Leda's kindness, leading to their fateful encounter. The union between Zeus and Leda resulted 2 eggs. From one egg came Pollux and Helen, the latter destined to become the face that launched 1,000 ships, igniting the Trojan War. From the other egg, Castor and Clytemnestra emerged, each carving their own paths in the mythic landscape. Helen's beauty and her subsequent abduction by Paris led to one of the most legendary wars in mythology. The tale of Leda and Zeus reflects on the broader theme of divine intervention in mortal affairs. The story of Europa and Zeus stands out as one of the most enchanting and transformative tales. Europa, a beautiful Phoenician princess, was known across the lands for her captivating beauty and gentle nature. It wasn't long before Zeus, the king of the gods, noticed her. Zeus transformed himself into a magnificent white bull, whose hide gleamed like purest snow. One day, as Europa and her companions were gathering flowers by the seashore, the majestic bull appeared, seemingly tame and gentle. Enchanted by the bull's beauty and gentleness, Europa approached and eventually climbed onto its back. It was then that Zeus revealed his true nature, charging towards the sea and carrying Europa away across the waves to the distant island of Crete. Their union was a divine affair, and from it, Europa bore 3 sons, Minos, Rhadamanthus, and Sarpedon. The story of Europa and Zeus had far-reaching consequences, not just for their direct descendants. The continent of Europe itself is named after Europa. Alcmene was the daughter of Electryon, the king of Mycenae. Her grace and wisdom were matched only by her devotion to her husband, Amphitryon. But fate had woven a different path for Alcmene when Amphitryon embarked on a perilous quest to avenge the deaths of Alcmene's brothers, leaving her alone. Struck by Alcmene's radiant beauty, Zeus found himself enamored and devised a plan to win her affection. On the night of Amphitryon's anticipated return, Zeus assumed the exact likeness of her husband, replicating his appearance. He extended the duration of the night 3-fold, allowing ample time to consummate their union under the veil of darkness and disguise. Alcmene embraced him with open arms, unaware of the godly impersonation. Shortly after, the real Amphitryon returned and, through a series of revelations, the truth of Zeus's deception came to light. While initially shocked and angered, Amphitryon eventually accepted the circumstances, recognizing the divine will at play. From this extraordinary union, Alcmene conceived Heracles, destined to become one of the most revered heroes in Greek mythology. Heracles' existence was a constant reminder to Hera of Zeus's betrayal, leading her to inflict numerous hardships upon him throughout his life. Danaë was born into a world shadowed by a dark prophecy. An oracle had foretold that Danaë's future son would one day grow up to kill her father, King Acrisius. Hearing this, the king took drastic measures to prevent his daughter from ever bearing a child. In his desperation, Acrisius imprisoned Danaë in a bronze chamber, a room locked away deep within the palace. But fate, as often in Greek mythology, is not so easily avoided. Zeus, the king of the gods, had taken notice of Danaë. Using his divine powers, Zeus devised a way to reach Danaë that no mortal man could. He transformed himself into a shower of gold, a radiant and ethereal manifestation of his power. In this form, he poured down from the heavens and entered Danaë's chamber through the smallest of openings. The golden shower gently enveloped Danaë, and through this miraculous union, she conceived a child, whose name is Perseus. Danaë did her best to raise him in secret, knowing that his existence would eventually come to the attention of her father. When Acrisius discovered that Danaë had given birth, he ordered that both of them be cast into the sea in a wooden chest. The chest drifted safely to the island of Seriphos, and Perseus grew up on the island, becoming strong and courageous. As we reach the end, one thing becomes clear. The king of the gods was as complex in his affections as he was in his divine power. These tales, rich with passion, deceit, and divine intervention, have shaped the myths and legends that continue to captivate us today. Yet, what we've explored here are but a few of the most intriguing stories from Zeus's vast and tumultuous love life. If you enjoyed this exploration, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more mythological deep dives.